Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the recap of Explosive Pro Wrestling ReAwakening number 12, the biggest show of the year, and what a show it was, Jamie Dura. My name's Dean Olsen, by the way, voice of EPW.
I'm the voice of EPW.
No, you're not. You're the voice of a generation and John Farnham and some stupid crap.
I am the voice of this generation, Jamie Dura, the host of Explosive Professional Wrestling, and what a show we had tonight at Body Slam Central. ReAwakening, the biggest show of the year, and it did not disappoint, did it, Dean Olsen?
Not at all. Everything got underway with the final matchup in the 2013 EPW Invitational Tournament. It was the demented Jared Slate up against the Monster Dorian, up against the nicest guy you could ever meet, Dan Moore.
It was a great back and forth matchup, but in the end, Mr. Nice Guy, Dan Moore, took the victory away and gets himself a guaranteed title shot against the Explosive Pro Wrestling champion down the line. We all look forward to seeing when Dan Moore's going to cash that title shot in.
Got himself a nice trophy to take home as well. Your 2013 Invitational champion is Dan Moore.
And then, Dean Olsen, we had something that we did not expect to see at ReAwakening.
Not at all. Michelle K. Haslott came down and had a few words to say, didn't she?
I am not booked. I am here.
Neither is Twitch.
We are not booked, and we are here to make an open challenge to any two wrestlers out the back there who think they are man enough, who think they are big enough, who think they are strong enough to take on the fairest of them all. So any two wrestlers out there, come out here and take the open challenge.
Any two men from the EPW locker room could answer the call and wrestle Twitch and Michelle. First man to answer that challenge was none other than Lord Jonathan Wimbledon.
And his tag team partner, the big surprise of the night, the returning AZ Vergara. And the team of Wimbledon and Vergara really took it to Twitch and Michelle.
There was some good back and forth action. Michelle and Twitch not really on the same page, didn't really work together too well, but then again, who would expect anything from those two nutcases? But it was Jonathan Wimbledon and AZ Vergara who got the win.
And next up, we had the six-man tag team action, a long-awaited match. We had The Solution, Davis Storm and the Warship, Rick Dart, teaming up against the new generation of EPW.
That's gorgeous Gary Schmidt, Hayden Zenith, and Husey, of course, accompanied by Coach Adam Banks.
It didn't work out too well for the new generation. The Solution not able to get the victory, ending the match in a disqualification.
So that means that the new generation were winners by default, but that was not all said and done just then. The Solution, as soon as the bell rung, they just attacked the new generation of EPW, just beat them down, and when that was all said and done, well, they just destroyed Coach Adam Banks. He's had an injured knee for quite some time, that's why he's gone to managing Husey, and they wrapped a chair around that leg and stomped the hell out of it. I don't think we're going to be seeing Coach Banks anytime soon, very sad to say.
Coach Banks definitely on the shelf for the time being, but it's going to be interesting to see, Dean Olsen, what the new generation have to say about the Solution's actions here tonight at ReAwakening.
I can't wait. And next, a match I'm sure people will talk about for years to come. It was a 4-team ladder match for the Explosive Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
Defending the titles, the current champions, Kyle Steria and Jay Taylor. Defending against not one, not two, but 3 teams. The Dropkicks, Leo Pratt, and the Big Rig, Scotty Ryan.
Also the team of McMassive, their Shoot Fighter, Gavin McGavin, and the Moving Man Mountain Mad Mike Massive.
And TMDK, Marcus Pitt, and Jonah Rock.
Once again proving that the mighty don't kneel, it was Marcus Pitt, the people's hero, and Jonah Rock, victorious and your new EPW Tag Team Champions.
And then we had the
EPW Hardcore title matchup at ReAwakening 12, the biggest show of them all. The Don Michael Morleone, longest reigning Hardcore champion we've ever seen, defending up against Mr. AK-47. And of course, I should add that the Don Michael Morleone was joined by Lukey Boland, as always.
It was impressive action. Lukey Boland, the manager of champions, managed to pull one out for the Don Michael Morleone, as he often does, getting the win for his charge. And yet, we still haven't seen the completion of the threesome.
The Triforce of Power. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, still your EPW Hardcore champion, the Don Michael Morleone.
And then we had William Darcy in a wrestling ring up against a surprise opponent who was none other than my former tag team partner,
Devlin Reeves.
The hardest chopping man in explosive pro wrestling. And we had this match was a lumberjack match. It was Team Darcy on one side and EPW's veterans on the other.
Devlin Reeves wasted no time exposing the chest of William Darcy and lighting it up with some of the hardest chops that you will see in Australian pro wrestling. And with the signature package pile driver of Devlin Reeves, 1, 2, 3, William Darcy, you're fired. Then it was time for your main event of ReAwakening 12. It was the EPW Championship match where we saw the Smashing Machine, Chris Bice,
going up against the champion, the behemoth, Sebastian Sander.
In a matchup that was no disqualification, we saw these two massive men throw feats of strength and everything they had into this humongous main event that I'm sure none of us will forget anytime soon. Only one man can win, and that man was the Smashing Machine, Chris Bice, your new EPW champion. It was one for the history books, ladies and gentlemen. It was Explosive Pro Wrestling ReAwakening 12. As always, ReAwakening's the biggest show of the year. Tonight was no different. We'd like to thank each and every person who came down and made this show what it was. And thank all the EPW fans for making EPW what it is. If you want to see more EPW, we'll be live next month at EPW's Christmas Chaos. Anything you'd like to add?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to apologise for my co-host here, Dean Olsen. He's very new at this. He'll get better one day, I promise. What are you doing?